In this video, you'll learn 8 insulin resistance diet tips to lower insulin fast. The key to lowering insulin resistance is to live a low insulin and inflammation lifestyle. A big part of your lifestyle is your diet, including what you eat and when you eat. If you don't follow these tips today, you're increasing your risk for diseases like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, and dementia. Tip number 1 is to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. Your urine should be clear or very light yellow. This is a foundational health habit that will make the next tips easier to implement. Tip number 2 is to eat at least 30 to 40 grams of protein at each meal. For adults, 30 grams is the minimum amount necessary to help stimulate your muscles to grow and repair. Having a large amount of protein with your meals will also keep you full from one meal to the next and reduce your tendency to snack, which will further help lower insulin resistance. Foods that are high in protein include chicken, steak, eggs, salmon, and other seafood, edamame or other soy products like tofu, dairy products like cottage cheese, and low-sugar, full-fat Greek yogurt. Now, other plant-based protein options exist that can be higher in starches, which aren't as good for lowering insulin. Beans and lentils and pasta made from them can still be enjoyed in smaller portions. Tip number 3 is to eat at least 25 grams of whole food fiber a day for women or 35 for men. Fiber is important for many reasons to help lower insulin resistance. It helps slow the glucose and insulin response following a meal, helps you feel full and less likely to go back for seconds, helps support healthy gut bacteria, and can help lower inflammation. There are many low-carb, high-fiber foods including avocado, blackberries, raspberries, non-starchy vegetables, chia and basil seeds, and nuts. You can download our free Ultimate Food Guide with 80+ examples of foods that help keep insulin low at zivli.com/ultimate food guide, and we'll put a link to it in the description. When you're properly hydrating and eating more protein and fiber, you'll naturally have fewer sugar cravings. Tip number 4 is to reduce added sugars. Currently, the American Heart Association recommends no more than about 24 grams of added sugar per day for women and 36 for men, the less the better. And this adds up very fast if you're eating processed foods, even the healthier options. Obvious sources of added sugar include pop or soda, candy, cakes, cookies, pies, flavored coffee drinks, etc. Not so obvious sources of added sugar include coffee creamers, granola bars, yogurts, and many frozen foods. For example, this healthy choice sweet and sour chicken has 21 grams of added sugar. Start looking at your nutrition panel at the added sugars line. Note that depending on the product, some natural sweeteners like honey, agave, or fruit juice may not be included in this added sugar line because they are considered natural, so the real amount may be higher based on the ingredients. You'll see this agave food label doesn't have any added sugar line, even though it's all sugar. To get a sense of all of the sugar in the food, look at the total sugars line and the ingredients. While some natural sugars may not be listed on the added sugars line, they will be included in the total sugars line. Natural sugars aren't that different from table sugar to your body depending on their fructose content. So honey, maple syrup, agave, and juices should all be reduced in your diet to lower insulin resistance. If you want something sweet, stick with the healthier sugar substitutes such as stevia, monk fruit, or allulose. Tip number 5 is to reduce refined starches. We've already talked about refined sugars in the form of added sugar. But to lower insulin resistance, it's important to reduce your total starches in your diet too. That's because these refined starches and sugars spike your blood sugar and insulin. Think of things made with white flour or potatoes, such as chips, bread, pasta, bagels, pretzels, English muffins, cookies, cake, etc. Whole wheat is better than white, but still contains a lot of starch, so will still cause a significant blood sugar and insulin response. There is always a lower carb, higher fiber option on the market these days. Look for these lower carb, higher protein and fiber options as substitutes. Tip number 6 is to reduce artificial sweeteners and food additives that still raise blood glucose. Look for the following ingredients on your food labels. If they have them, throw them out or really reduce your portions. Sucralose, acesulfame potassium, aspartame, saccharin, and maltodextrin. Aspartame is hiding in a lot of low-sugar gums. The first 4 ingredients I mentioned are artificial sweeteners, and while they may not acutely raise blood glucose in many, they have been shown to impair your gut health, which will harm your ability to regulate blood sugars in the long run. 0-calorie drinks that are sweet will also make your brain think that calories are coming in. This will result in an insulin response that leads to a drop in blood sugar, which will make you hungry. Tip number 7 is to eat plenty of healthy fats. Fat has the lowest insulin response of all the macronutrients. Protein is next, and starches and sugars have the highest. Fat, fiber, and protein help you feel full between meals and less likely to snack. Foods that are high in healthy fat and low in carbs include avocado, avocado oil, olives, olive oil, nuts and seed butters, fatty fish like salmon, herring, mackerel, trout, sardines, tuna, and halibut, cheese, full-fat cottage cheese, full-fat Greek yogurt, full-fat milk, hard-boiled eggs, and heavy cream. Again, more foods are in our Ultimate Food Guide linked in the description. A quick note is that you'll want to avoid inflammatory fats found in processed seed oils like canola, corn, cottonseed, soy, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed, and rice bran. Start screening your foods for these oils along with the 5 artificial sweeteners mentioned earlier, and look for healthier fat alternatives like olive oil, avocado oil, ghee, or butter. Tip number 8 is to use intermittent fasting. This is where you deliberately don't eat for a certain amount of time for health or weight loss reasons. A great starting point for most people is 12 hours a day of fasting. For example, you could stop eating at 7 p.m. and start eating at 7 a.m. A daily 12 to 14 hour fast is a great habit to implement to lower insulin resistance. Depending on your degree of insulin resistance, it may require longer fasts, at least occasionally, to further lower insulin. But 12 to 14 hours a day is a great baseline fasting schedule for most people. We hope you found this video helpful and would love to hear in the comments which of these tips you're working on. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel and check out the other videos in this playlist about insulin resistance.